Park. Today, a good one in store. It's the New York Giants and the Buffalo Bills. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen ready to get the preseason started. And off we go from Orchard Park. Eric Gray to return it. A good return as he takes it across the 30. So here come the Giants, and Greg, it is the latest stop for Russell Wilson. A decade and a Super Bowl in Seattle, 2 years in Denver, last year in Pittsburgh, and now Russell Wilson is the Giants QB.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today. And when he plays well, this is proven to be a really hard team to beat.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. It's a gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Giants first down. They go play action now. Wilson. He's got it! A big play for the Giants. And even 50 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
And that play took a little long to develop. They stopped it for no gain at the 4.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot, and now I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. They go play action with Wilson. Headed left. Russell Wilson. Touchdown, New York. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. His kick is good. And the Giants will take a 7-0 lead.
Bills nothing.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. On the return, it's Brandon Codrington. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Bills offense heading out, and they are led by the MVP of the National Football League, 29-year-old quarterback Josh Allen in the prime of his career.
And I'm not sure I enjoy watching any quarterback in the league more than I enjoy watching Josh Allen. I mean, he's a bit of a throwback in terms of his play style. I mean, he's just as likely to throw a 65-yard bomb for a touchdown as he is in 4th and short to run over the middle linebacker. I mean, he plays with such a hard, aggressive style. There's not a lot of guys built like him, Mike, and I'll tell you what, he's a blast to watch.
And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
These are the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
And to the left side where he's got Kincaid. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. 16 yards, pick up on that one. First down, Buffalo.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup and get a fresh set of downs.
Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you could see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
This one caught by Khalil Shakir. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal. That's a gain of 28.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle? And tell you what, they've answered all those questions, and now they're set up 1st and goal. All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Design run here for Allen. And he churns out some of the hard yards in this area of the field, working it to the 3-yard line.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short gain.
On 3rd and goal, here's Allen. And that is incomplete. Joshua Palmer was the intended receiver. And now they're faced with a 4th and goal.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
Pass's kick is good. And the Bills are on the board. It's 7-3.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. Gray going to return it. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready to possess the football for the second time. And Greg, week 1 here in the preseason. Look, we know a lot of the guys who are going to make the roster, but there's still a lot to happen in training camp that players can find their way to a spot on the opening Sunday.
No, we hear these stories all the time, Mike, where there's a little buzz about a guy in training camp and coming out of the local beat reporters and maybe the coaches talking about him a little bit. But then there's the surrounding question is he going to make the roster? And it's really what they do in these preseason games away from practice that ends up being the deciding factor. And how often do we see not only do they make the roster, but in some cases they go on to really have critical roles down the line as the season unfolds. So I know to a lot of fans and some of the veterans, these games don't feel like a whole lot, but to some guys on that sideline, their entire career is in front of them.
Wilson makes the read and keeps it himself. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it. So the offense trots out the old jumbo package. So they bring out 3 tight ends, big bodies. But the defense kind of sees it coming. They've got to change it up. You can't be so predictable. Big bodies run, small bodies pass. And I think that's a little bit of what's going on here.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On third down, here's Wilson. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. 18 yards on the connection. First down. Giants.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On the give, it's Tracy. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
So the key to these off-tackle style run plays, Mike, is you can't allow penetration. You cannot allow the defenders to get in your backfield, because when they do, the play really has no chance and you end up going backwards.
3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Russ. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So anytime you find yourself in 3rd and long, it's hard to really be unpredictable as a play caller, because the defense knows it's most likely going to be a pass. They understand where the down and distance markers are, and there's really nowhere for him to go with the ball, and he has to throw it away.
And he pushed it. No good. That is wide to the right. And the lead holds steady at 4.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Start on the ground with Cook. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line brings up 2nd down.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. Moore going in motion. Play action. It's Allen. That's complete to Moore on the right side. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Brings up 3rd.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
So, on 4th down, the Bills send out Brad Robbins to punt. Emir Smith-Marset is deep for New York. Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. The lead sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Connects with his big tight end, man Hurts. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. A carry here for Tracy. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And this will be a Giants 1st down as he gets this one up past the 30.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Giants.
Are you kidding me?
Big hole to run through there on 3rd and 1. This offensive line, they completely dominated this defensive front, and it opens the door for a really nice pickup and an easy 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He takes off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
35-yard line.
Ball on the 35. Here comes a 2nd and 5. Wilson to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
And the Giants
They get 24 on that one. That's good for a Giants first down. Play action. Now Wilson. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
They get that complete right side. It's Bellinger. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So on fourth down, out is Jamie Gillen to punt for the Giants. Back deep for Buffalo is Brandon Codrington. And this is going to pin him back. It's out of bounds inside the 10.
At their own 8-yard
So
line.
now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Going to make the read and hold on here. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. In motion, Shakir. First down, the defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down.
Bills, first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Allen going to give it to Cook. He left that first defender grasping for air, as he winds up getting 8 out of that one.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Once again, it's Cook, and he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 7-3 is our score. More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills with it to start quarter number 2. 3rd and inches. As we are ready to get back underway. Trying to find any seed he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
Carry for Cook. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Short pass taken in by Knox. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
They'll go with the sneak. And he is going to have a Bills first down. We're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
They'll run with Cook. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. 20 yards on that pass play. Good for a Bills first down.
For the longest time, when you threw the ball to the running back, it was a check down, a swing, a screen, kind of short underneath where you relied on guys to run after the catch. But that's not the case anymore. So many of these running backs around the league, Mike, they can run routes, in a lot of cases, almost as good as the wide receivers.
And off the deflection, it is taken in. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first half.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play call. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Robertson Harris on the stop. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 17-yard line.
2nd down and 8. From the gun, here is Allen. Quick slant into the hands of Shakir. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. the run game and the pass game. Everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the play, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Here now, 2nd down and goal. And no signal as of yet. And none forthcoming. He is stopped short. And now it's 3rd and goal.
They keep it on the ground twice, Mike, and they have no success. So now if you're the play caller, that starts creeping into your head. Do you have confidence in a 3rd attempt, or now do you try to change it up and go play action and put the ball in the air?
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Game's cooked. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Bills are on top. It's now 10-7.
Tyler Bass.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Gray going to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Giants offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Now Russ. Now a screen set up for Tracy. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on 3rd down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression, and at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
He gets that complete downfield to Slayton. A gain of 18 for number 18. And a 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. And the big man in the middle swallows him up right at the line of scrimmage, and I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game, Mike, I bet you he's going to find a different place along that defensive front to attack.
The shotgun. Wilson. That's to Robinson. He's got it. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Second time they've connected on this drive. 19 yards out of this one.
Giants.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success. You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
They'll run again. It's Tracy again. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the one, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Tracy trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
I give that defense all the credit in the world there, Mike. And offensively, you find yourself first and goal from the one. You have to find a way to get that last yard and put the ball in the end zone. There's no excuses to miss a touchdown here.
They'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Now, Gano for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Giants are on top. It's 14-10.
Bills 10.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Now Codrington to return. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They've cooked to start this drive. And he's going to have a Bills first down. He'll take it up to about the 33-yard line.
And the Bills first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Allen's going to keep it on the zone read. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be second down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
So, from the 37, here's second and 6. He'll run again. He'll be near a first down, but he's going to come up about a yard short.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Third and a yard. They'll run the sneak. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line. But the official signal, he's got enough for the first down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. Third and short, fourth and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
From the 46, here's second and 1. He'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the change. First down.
That's another Buffalo Bills. First and
It just
10
seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now. And partially, it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
So now they'll throw it with Allen. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
10 yards to go.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
To the air on third down, here's Allen. Open man is Palmer. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. Joshua Palmer. Touchdown, Bills. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bills move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Gray gonna return it. Yeah. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Giants offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the show read, a give to Tracy. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. Greg and I back in Buffalo after this. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot, but it's going to be enough to move the chains.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Wilson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Throw, right side, taken in by Neighbors. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Russ. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
He's got his man, that's Slayton. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 22-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll have 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line. Now a timeout. Giants, that is their 2nd. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the 1st half clock. So here's a chance to take the lead going into the locker room. It's 1st and goal. To throw again is Wilson. He'll step up and run this.
1st and goal. Quarterback thinks he's got a shot to take this one in himself. I think he's just a little late in his reaction and decision to turn into a runner. Defense has just enough time to get there. They stop him short of the end zone. 2nd and goal.
From the 1, 2nd and goal. Throwing is Wilson. This one caught just past the pylon. Dale Robinson. Touchdown, Giants.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Gano on to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Giants move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. To the air is Allen. This one caught right side by Knox. And he'll be hustled out just shy of the first down marker. That's a pickup at 9. Is going to set up 2nd and 1.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Now Allen on 1st down. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. Tyler Bass on to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So it is a 1-point game here at the half as we check in with Scott Hansen for our halftime report. Scott.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counter-punch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A 1-point game as quarter 3 begins. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score.
second down at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's second down and 4. On the handoff, this is Cook, and he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
On third down, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Khalil Shakir, the intended target. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Giants offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
It's first down. You got to get the ball out of your hands. I understand trying to take a shot. I love it on early downs. But once it's not there and that protection starts to break down, it's either check down or throwaway. You don't want to be in second and long.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. Now Wilson. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. They get an even 20 on that one. First down, Giants.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down. Give, it's Tracy. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and 8. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
On third down, here's Wilson. Open man, that's Slayton. They get 19 on that pass play. That's good for a Giants first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on first down. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
He's brought down by Shaq Thompson. A 5-yard gain brings up second down at the Bills' 10-yard line.
Here comes 2nd and 4. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up third down.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Pass pulled in by Tracy. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he'll fight forward. Doesn't get a hold up, but he got what he needed. It is 1st and goal coming up.
Pretty simple here, Mike. Every team, they have this sheet up in the box. It's their own analytics telling them when to go for it, when not to go for it. And in this spot, their metrics say go for it, sneaks the call, 1st down.
Wilson now going to keep it on the zone read. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line.
Down in the red zone, design quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short game.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Scatterboo will take it in. Touchdown.
New York.
A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Now, Gano for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Giants are going to open up the lead to 8.
Bills 20.
Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the second half. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Now Codrington to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Bills offense about ready to take over once more. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Play action now, and here's Allen. That one into the hands of Moore downfield. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 42 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 5. Once again, it's Cook. And not much there. Quick defense. Held to no gain.
He was taken down.
How would you like to be this running back here? You get the ball, you're thinking, all right, get through the line, and next thing you know, the big old D tackle's just waiting for you there in the hole. Nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss.
3rd and 5. From the gun, Josh Allen. And that is incomplete.
Intended for James Cook.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
A 45-yard attempt.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bills are back within 5.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. Emir Smith-Marset now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Giants offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this 1st down. Going to get this to the 37-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick 1st down.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag. Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got his man. That's Neighbors. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Finds an alley to the 35. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
A gain there of 20. 1st down, Giants.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
He'll step up and run, and he'll get about 4 yards before wisely covering up.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6. Now Russ. Get this into the hands of neighbors. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. That is caught. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
A run on 1st and goal. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Tyrone Tracy, touchdown, New York. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Now Codrington to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bills offense getting set to get back to work. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Short pass taken in by Knox. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. That look good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Allen, gonna give it to Cook. Crazy. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
47-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Here's Cook. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. In motion, Shakir. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
On the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
2nd down and 8. From the gun, here is Allen. To the sideline, nice job. They pull that one in, but that is still well short of a first down.
Behind the line of
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet inbounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
3rd and 7. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. He gets this complete to Shakir. And he's going to be out of bounds down at the 30. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Cook. Not much there, maybe a yard.
On the stop. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd down at the 15-yard line.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Allen gonna make the read and hold on here. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. From the gun, throw here for Allen. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Did they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Bills will cut into that lead. Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the 2nd half. So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. On the return, it's Smith-Marset. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Giants offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And he's had it going in the 1st half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Slayton is the man in motion. On the ground, here's Tracy. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Christian Benford brings him down. Second down, 8 yards to go. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
34-yard line. A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. EA Sports back for more. The NFL preseason after this. going to be third. They need one. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seed he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
No gain on a quarterback sneak? That's pretty surprising, Mike, anytime we see that happen. There just aren't many plays in the NFL that we consider to be automatic. The quarterback sneak is normally pretty close.
Contrington to return it. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Bills offense back onto the field. For their next possession, they'll begin with 1st and 10. Now a design run. It's Allen. He'll be brought down after a short pickup. At the 29.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
To the air. On 2nd down, here's Allen. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
There's certain guys, Mike, that have earned the right to make those tight window throws, and that doesn't mean that he's not going to get himself into trouble from time to time, but we've seen throughout his career his ability to make throws that other guys are either uncomfortable or unable to make is a big reason why he's kind of in a class all of his own.
He was looking for his tight end, Dawson Knox. And it's going to be 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. Malik Neighbors heading out with the Giants offense for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. They'll run with Tracy. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Russ. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And he'll get about 8 yards as he's ushered out of bounds. It'll set up 3rd down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
On 3rd down, they'll run with Tracy. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
That is fielded at the 20. And good coverage by punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Bills offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. gun. Here's Allen. He takes off. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage, tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
A throw on the move is caught. 18 on the gain again. And another first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Complete to Elijah Moore. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Third down and 3. Throw once more. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
50-yard attempt.
This one has plenty of leg. And it is good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So the field goal makes it a 1-score game here in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. On the return, it's Smith-Marset. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Giants offense and their running backs getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He'll be forced to just blow that one away. It's incomplete.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got his man. That's Slayton. A gain there of 10 yards. That's good for a Giants first down.
First down, Giants.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
Third, they need 8. Out of the gun, here's Russ. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into...
Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by their rookie first-round pick.
And these are the types of plays they envisioned when they invested a first-round pick in this defensive back just a few months ago. I mean, he's entered the league, Mike, with a reputation for having almost offensive wide receiver type ball skills. And those ball skills were certainly on full display that time.
So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. In motion, Shakir. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Well, you could tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Allen working from the pistol. Left side, that open man is Knox. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
In motion, Shakir. On 3rd down, it's Allen. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in.
That's interference.
That might make this a 1st down.
Automatic 1st down.
They'll run straight ahead with Cook. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 15. 1st down, Buffalo.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being first and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible. Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
Allen going to throw here on third and goal. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to get this close to a first down, but he's out of bounds a yard short. And that's going to make it fourth down.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually,
he puts it up, and it's caught. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Buffalo. The game-tying touchdown here in the fourth quarter and a chance to take the lead with the point after.
Mike, the sideline's going crazy with that late score, but they still need this extra point to take the lead here and see if they can hang on to this fourth quarter lead.
Now Bass to tack on the extra point. The kick is good. Important one as they take the lead here in the fourth quarter. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Gray going to return it. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. Malik Neighbors heading out with the Giants offense for their next possession. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Here's Wilson. Scrambling to his left. He's going to be marked down up around the 33. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
First down, New York.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
So it'll be first and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. A carry here for Tracy. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
On second down, here's Wilson. Open man is Robinson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and he does the rest.
It's Tracy looking to run, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Now a screen set up for Tracy. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
The Giants sending out their punter. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bills offense ready to take over possession of the football. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Thrown quickly, that's more on the RPO. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7. Throwing is Allen. Right back to Moore, another grab. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Yes, it's really well executed here, and you see this in so many offenses around the league, Mike. These slant routes are either built in or what they call hot routes or sight routes. The receiver sees the blitz, and they break their route off. It gives an easy target for the quarterback, and it gives great opportunity for run after catch.
To the left side, into the hands of Moore. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll drop to throw. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 3rd and a couple, here's Allen. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. And the defense is going to come up with it. Maybe the break they need here in the 4th quarter.
Oh, my goodness, Mike, what a mistake. Late in the game, you're protecting the lead. That can't happen. You know they're going to be raking at the ball. You know they are desperate to create a turnover. Just somehow he doesn't put the ball away, and this game just got a lot more interesting.
So here we go. Wilson and the Giants down on the scoreboard. 1:51 on the clock. The late fumble gives them an unexpected new life as they come up on 1st down. They go play action now. Wilson. Pass pulled in by Tracy.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
They go play action with Wilson. Throw, right side, taken in by Neighbors. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. They'll stick to the ground. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. Now a timeout, Buffalo. Their second. It comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half.
At the 20-yard line.
Now on second and long. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Wandale Robinson. Touchdown, New York. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
The Giants will line up for the 2-point.
They'll try to pick this up with a run. And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for two. The lead remains right where it is. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Now Codrington to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. The Bills offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. There's that man again. Another catch.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Here comes second down. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
This offense still has the one timeout to use. 1st and 10 coming up now. He connects with Palmer on that one. The Bills going to use their final timeout here. They stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
2nd and 5 at the Giants' 46-yard line.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They go play action now. Here's Allen. That one's a bit high, but it's complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
First down.
So a road win here for the Giants as they start things out with a victory here in the first week of this preseason. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.